Challenging.
Unpredictable.
Rewarding.
Incredible.
Exciting.
Transformational.
For my passion project, I built a gaming PC.
I wrote a short novel about a boy experiencing life with schizophrenia.
I recreated the dress from the Disney movie Cruella.
I built a cajon that looked and sounded like a standard percussion instrument.
I painted a forest at sunset on a canvas.
I made a ripstick. It's a bit like a skateboard.
Doing a passion project is different to other schoolwork because I get to have freedom.
You can follow your passion and do something that you like.
It really helps you to think outside of the box and not just do what a teacher tells you to do.
The best thing was probably just learning about what schizophrenia is. Just getting to sit down and paint every afternoon as my homework.
Just cutting the wood. That was cool with this huge machine.
I liked meeting up with my mentor, speaking about what we will do.
It was just really fun doing it with my mentor.
I was spending more time with my mentor and father. Thank you so much, Dad. You've helped me along the way and I've really enjoyed working with you. It's awesome.
I think the hardest part about my project was layering the tools. It took days to complete. Also, the train was very time-consuming.
Was cutting the nails. That was really hard because I had to actually use the hand tool to do it.
Yeah, finding the correct cables to connect.
Just trying to get everything to look right. I think the shadows of the trees and stuff were the hardest because they had to be on a certain angle, specific colours.
One of my sisters tested positive and our whole family got isolated for an entire week. So that was devastating because that set us back a lot because we couldn't go to Bunnings, we couldn't visit my mentor.
The bodice was actually completely the wrong size and I had to sew the whole thing all over again.
I was gluing the back in and I wasn't really concentrating with how I positioned the clamps and I put them too tight and the back had a massive gap.
And the texture wasn't looking right. Instead of a soft, grassy look, I just had blobs of paint, which I wasn't happy with. And it just wasn't working. I had a bit of a meltdown. I would just write and then I'd read over it and I'd be like, this is terrible. No one's gonna wanna read this. And I did a lot of writing and then getting fully rid of it because I'm quite a perfectionist. But I think what got me through it was just taking a break, thinking about it and then trying again. And eventually I got it to a texture that I was happy with.
I was like, how am I supposed to deal with this? Do I just leave it and submit it? And I was like, oh my gosh, what am I supposed to do? And so I just thought about it overnight and was like, better put in the hard work and finish it. Something I could do now that I couldn't do before is just write a story. I always had so many ideas, but I never was able to actually put it on paper and get my thoughts out.
Probably making the ripstick has made me more confident with wood and metal and stuff.
To me, before, that just looked like a box with just a hole at the back, but now I know that it's the different types of wood that make it better. The snare mechanism really, really matters.
It's taught me about time management and how I should procrastinate less when I'm doing work.
It also taught me how to learn something by myself.
I would say doing a passion project has taught me actually to be kinder to people. Because I've wrote a story about someone struggling with their mental health.
No, I really was reminded to no matter how many setbacks you have, just to get up and keep on going and get it done.
Being able to motivate yourself to do it is really important because motivation is an important skill to have in life.
When I finished it, it felt like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
I felt accomplished and it was wow, I actually made this.
I felt exhilarated. I was so happy to see that it was finished and I'd actually made something that actually worked.
Yeah, the first time I actually got on the ripstick, I was amazed it actually, worked. I can't wait to actually, ride it around and to see people looking at it.
I unboxed the monitor, set it up quickly, and then told my whole family to get around so we can see it turn on. They said it was amazing, great job.
I was painting the leaves. My auntie was there and I was like, quick, come in, I'm gonna do the last few strokes. She came in and was like, it looks amazing, you've done so well. And then when my mum and dad got home, they were very proud.
So final step, to the last layer of varnish, and I was so happy. I texted all my friends, sending photos and me playing it. I texted my friend and he was like, dude, that looks so good.
When I finished, I allowed one of my friends, Ellie, to read it, and we were reading it together in the library, and I felt really happy that she liked it because I'm like, oh, that's good, someone likes it. But it was like a really nice moment, and just like, I'm finished. It was so good.
Yeah, it's just cool that I can actually just say, yeah, I actually made that.
When I'm older and I look back on this moment, I think I'll just be proud. I think I'll see it as like the beginning of my artistic journey.
Once you finish a project, you feel really happy and good about yourself and confident, and that would inspire, I think, a lot of people to do more projects.
Instead of just being something that I would like to do in the future, I actually know now that it is something that I could do.
The knowledge that I can do what I want to do, like to know that I have the potential is really inspiring.
Like, I can do things that I thought that I would never be able to do. So I'm really happy.
Passion Project has really taught me that like God has given us so many skills, each individually. That we all have different skills in our life that we can use to share His glory and express His works.